Belonging. Hey there, guys. Kind of waiting a second. Oh yeah, I remember how to do this from my phone. Okay, so hey there, Soul Shines. It's Michelle here, and I'm inviting you to wake up and live. And I wanted to say the same thing to Facebook as I did to YouTube today, and I am still looking into if there is a way to stream to both at the same time. Apparently, Facebook doesn't like that. Go figure. So what I'm doing today is actually going to do this live, and then I'm going to download it from Facebook, upload it to YouTube, and I don't know if that's what I'm going to end up doing. I probably won't share the same thing in both places all the time. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Today we're talking about belonging. Okay, and let's see if I can find my live video on. Soulshine Live is live now. Share. Right post. We'll see how this works. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so sorry. So I wanted to talk about belonging because holy cow, this was so wow. I was doing a friend just decided, hey, I want to talk to you. How you doing? Mentioned he hadn't seen me, really heard from me much in the last little while, which is true. Haven't communicated a lot with him lately. And in the talking, we talked about how I keep getting in these catch-22s. Like, don't have a venue. I can't get a venue until I have ticket sales. Can't get ticket sales until I have venue. It's kind of like this little circle thingy. And so we were kind of looking at it, and he took me, or just asked questions. I love the way he works. His name is Daryl Sean Price. If you don't know him, he's so fabulous. And what I love is that, like, he works well enough to know how to ask me questions that helps me to do what I need to do. And that's what I like. When I work with people, I love to ask them questions to guide them to answers. And I don't like it when people tell me, well, this is what's wrong with you, and this is what's wrong with you, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. I like it when people guide me. And that's what he does. We just have a conversation, and it just keeps going deeper and deeper. Oh, so cool. So the question came back, and this is a question that I kind of went, kind of like that. I just didn't know how to answer. It's like, wow, what a question. So the question is, do you need to belong? Now, I've recently on my YouTube channel talked about the 6 human needs as presented by Tony Robbins. And I don't discount those needs, but after this question, I've really been thinking about it. Do I need to belong? Do you need to belong? So let's talk about that for a minute. Let me ask you another question. Because see, before I go there, when I took the Tony Robbins little quiz, and I am totally aware of the fact that quizzes are totally tainted by our denial about ourselves and the way the words are. We may not necessarily understand what the person who wrote the question is thinking because we have different perspectives. And so a lot of quizzes, you don't actually get accurate results. But according to this quiz, my dominant human need is belonging. And I'm not going to say that's not true, but it was interesting. I mean, since then I've learned, wow, learning and growth, that's like so important to me, and I didn't realize it. So for me to have somebody question, well, do you need to belong, was like asking me, do I need to breathe? Like, it really threw me. And I had really stopped and thought about it. I'm like, do I need to belong? And as I've thought about it, here's another question that came to me. What if you did not need to belong? What would you do? What would you say? How would you do your hair? What would you do for a job? If you did not need to belong, what would you show up as? Because for me, with the fear of rejection and the fear of abandonment, which I haven't had for a while, but it was a thing for a while for me, with the fear of being cast aside, those all stem from that need to belong. So if I didn't need to belong, what would I do? What would I say? How would I behave? That's powerful for me. That's powerful for me to think about. If I didn't need to belong, what would I do? What would I say? How would I act? Would I do something different with my hair? Would I wear different clothes? Would I talk differently to people? Would I interact differently? Would I show up in my business more, or would I quit my business altogether? There are so many questions, so many things that come from how would I show up differently if I didn't need to belong? And here's what I realized is if I didn't need to belong, the way I would show up is 100% authentic, which is my number one driving value. Talk about a catch-22. So my most important value to me, the value that just is like the thing that I like feel like if I don't have, I could die, I wouldn't die. Like, but that's like the thing that just like, I have to be authentic. I have to be me. And I fight against any time when I feel like somebody is telling me to change who I am. You need to change who you are because you need to fit into these rules. And you need to change who you are because you need to fit into this idea in society. And you need to change who you are because people are this way and this way and this way and this way. And that was not doing well, because then there's also this other need that I need to belong. But if I'm truly showing up as myself, there is that huge fear that I won't belong. These are like really opposing and really kind of put you in a thing. Or at least it can seem that way. So here's what I've come down to. Yes, I need to belong. But I don't need to belong to everyone. I don't need to belong with everyone. I need to belong with the people that will love me for exactly who I am. I need to belong with the people that will cheer me on for showing up authentically. I need to belong with the people who want to be themselves, to shine and be what they were designed to be. That's who I need to belong with. This question of belonging also helped me to understand why I struggled with Facebook, why I struggled with doing Facebook Lives over YouTube Lives. So easy to hop on YouTube and do YouTube Lives. I've been doing them now for, I started my YouTube channel in March, so 9 months or something. So it's been so easy to get on YouTube and just be me. But getting on Facebook had issues. It's all about belonging. See, on Facebook, there's friends, there's families, there's people from other things. Like Shiloh's on here. Shiloh and I met in a singles group. There's people from my religious background. There's people that are not religious that are there are people that have left my religious background that are in my YouTube friend group. I mean, so there's such a variety of people, and there's that part of me, like, I want to belong. I don't want to say anything to offend anybody because I want to belong. And that keeps me from being me. I'm not a bad person, and I'm not ever intentionally offending anybody, but I have some beliefs that are a little different than a lot of people I know, and I have some ways of viewing the world that are very different than most people that I know. And it's not that I set out to be different, it's just my mind is designed to work differently than the average person's. There are other people who have incredible minds. Well, everybody has an incredible mind. Whether you use it or not is a different story. But everybody has an incredible mind. But there are other people whose minds are wired to work like mine. And I think that's awesome. But so for me right now, this huge aha was that it's all about belonging. I couldn't be myself fully and completely on Facebook because I was afraid of not belonging with some people. I could totally be myself on YouTube because I started out with no followers, and everybody that's come on is because I'm saying the things that I'm saying on YouTube. So it's a different dynamic there. So it's really fun now to think about, if I didn't care about belonging, how would I act? If I didn't care, if I didn't need to belong, I don't need to belong with some people, and I do need to belong with other people. I need to belong with the people that will let me be me. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Shiloh, for being on live. It's nice to see you. Is there anything else I want to say? I don't think so. I got new butterflies. I added to my butterfly collection. Rearranged my room a little bit, so I'm actually in a different location. And that was random. You guys so needed to know that, right? I hope you guys choose to look at your beliefs and decide whether or not you feel like you need to belong, and if that need is changing how you behave somewhere. And if you really need to belong with the people that you're choosing to act a certain way for. Because there are times when I've not wanted to hurt people that were being very hurtful to me. And that need to belong somewhere, instead of consciously choosing, I want to belong with these kind of people, I just wanted to belong anywhere and everywhere that somebody would accept me. And it's just interesting to think about. But I want you guys to think about it, kind of ponder, what do you really believe about it? Do you need to belong? And if you didn't need to belong, would you act differently? So remember to have a wonderful day and to let your soul shine big, bright, light, and beautiful. Be the incredible you that you were created to be, and I will see you guys next time.